Hey guys, I'm back here in the sweltering heat of my garage with the Turbo IS300. I guess a pretty monumental event happening here tonight. I'm going to be actually taking it off the lift, getting it back on the ground for the first time this year, and hopefully taking it for a spin just around the block if everything goes well. So everything is basically back together. The dash is back in, the gauges are in, the engine bay is fully reassembled, everything's good to go there. So yeah, I just want to get it on the ground, hopefully take it around the block, and just make sure that I don't have any issues before I take it over to the dyno. So I don't want to get stranded on the way over to the dyno with a stupid leak or, you know, a weird noise or other issues. So I've changed quite a bit on the car since the last time it ran. Just want to make sure everything's good, so I'm just going to take it around close to home for a quick spin. Not get into boost, not do anything crazy, just a quick leisurely stroll around the block and make sure everything's good to go before I take it to the dyno. So yeah, let's get it off the lift here and hopefully take it for a spin. So low. I don't remember what it's like for this thing to be on the ground. And it's bloody hot in here. Should we see if it starts? Maybe I should turn the fuel pump on. Usually helps. There we go, 50 psi. Champ. Got oil pressure, fuel pressure. I'm going to grab the laptop and might as well get some data while we're cruising around. Got the trusty old laptop. Remember how to drive this thing. See if we make it out of here alive. We're out of the garage. She's out of the garage. First time this year. Got the laptop hooked up. Just purring. She's ready to roll. Let's take it around the block. Oh, it's hot in here. It's hot. Whose idea was it to get rid of the AC? Let's see if I can figure out the clutch. Not too bad. It's an RPS, it's their RPS twin carbon clutch. Not going to get into boost or anything, but I do want to hear that turbo whistle a bit. I just can't resist. so good. Feels good. As a pig. That's okay though. Shouldn't take too long to dial it in on the dyno. Well, I made it back, and that was flippin' awesome. It's been like, I guess it's been over 6 months probably since I've been able to drive the car, so it felt really good to get back in the driver's seat and just take it for a quick cruise around the block. It makes me even more anxious and I guess excited to get the car back on the dyno and get everything dialed in. So everything seems to be running really smooth and really good. Maybe it's all in my head or whatever, but I feel like these ID1700s are making the engine run smoother than my previous injectors did. The engine seems to idle better. It seems to be more crisp or more like responsive basically throughout the entire RPM range. And that's kind of crazy, at least to me, because these injectors flow like 70% more fuel than my old ones did. And usually, or at least from what you hear, a higher flowing injector like that is supposed to kind of idle worse, or be have less drivability, less response, as far as low throttle, low boost, low RPM kind of stuff. So I'm very pleased so far with how well these injectors are running, considering how much fuel they actually flow. What else? So I know I said I wasn't going to get into boost or anything, but I couldn't really help myself. Once I heard the turbo whistling a little bit, I gave it a little bit. I think I got up to 5 or 6 pounds of boost is all, just to see. I just wanted to see what it would do, see where air fuels were at, and I couldn't resist. I really couldn't resist. So what's crazy is I switched to the open wastegate dump, and you can hear it start to crack open at like 3 or 4 pounds of boost, and it just sounds like an absolute monster. It sounds like a totally different car now, and I'm super excited to see what it sounds like when I'm doing full power pulls on the dyno with that open wastegate dump. I guess the only kind of issue I had just while I was out cruising is it seemed like over like 5,500 RPM there was some kind of ignition issue, like a spark blowout or something was going on, even under vacuum, no boost. So what I did in the AEM software is I just pulled the coil dwell back maybe like 15 or 20%, and it actually seemed to cure the issue completely. So hopefully I can fix that just completely on the tuning side of things, but if I have to, I can close up the spark plug gap a little bit and hopefully alleviate any misfiring issues that way as well. The plugs that are in here right now, I haven't touched the gap on them, and I think they're close to like 30 thousandths. So with the old ignition setup, the factory IS300 ignition setup, I had the plug gap clear down to like 20 thousandths in order to keep it from misfiring and blowing out under high boost and high RPM situations. So I've got plenty of room there to play with, but like I said, hopefully I don't have to close up the gap, because I mean that's kind of the reason I upgraded to the LQ9 coils, is to avoid having to mess with the spark plug gap and stuff. So hopefully I can fix it all just on the tuning side of things and make it run like it's supposed to that way, but it's not the end of the world if I have to mess with the spark plug gap a little bit. So I think that's going to do it for this one. Just wanted to give you guys another quick update on the car, and I guess take you along for the maiden voyage of 2017. But like I said, I'm going to try and get the car on the dyno here within the next few days, so hopefully we can get it dialed in, get it making some good power without too much trouble. So should have some sweet dyno footage up here within the next week or so. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to hit me up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.